Okay, so any good cult worships something unattainable and
Marisa from
unverifiable.
Street Fighter 6. Hello and welcome to the Answers of Lemon, the smartest icebreakers from the dumbest dudes. Are you out there shoveling all day in the New England snowstorm? Do you want to appeal to your neighbors and get closer as a community? We'll do so with some weird questions. Also, these are totally available to be used at work, social situations, wherever weird questions are applicable that you want to have a more fun conversation. To show you how it's done, it's none other than your god of odd, Connor.
You are going to need a reservation for pool party use. They're available in almost all other situations, but the people at Big Pool did get a hold of us to let us know that there are some bizarre ramifications. I don't want to start getting into the black and white and the contracts that we've had to navigate. It's just, um, support your local ponds. That's all. That's all I'll say.
You know who else supports your local ponds? Your humble host, Evan. That's me. So I had a wonderful experience while shoveling way too much New England snow
Oh, do
yesterday.
tell. Oh, I love
Uh,
hearing about this.
it's that I didn't have to shovel way too much New England snow yesterday. So Leah and I are out there just chipping away at the freaking torrential downpour that was snow pile drift mushed up by plow against our driveway. So we're just hacking away at it as best we can. And a plow comes over, and I'm like, oh man, this guy's going to just shove more stuff in our way. The guy comes in, shoves all of the snowdrift out of our way to free our space. And the guy just looks at me and goes, "Black people are awesome."
Oh, way to build bridges, Mr. Plow.
I looked him dead. I looked him dead in the eye, and I said, "I've known that for years, buddy." And he drove off into the sunset.
Fantastic. Oh, that's
Right?
awesome.
Isn't that such a good, just human to human experience?
Just such a simple act of kindness. Taking barely any effort on his part, just a little bit of thought and a little bit of care, and then he just threw in a personalized message
Right?
that you just couldn't have expected.
Just getting rid of bigotry one snowbank at a time.
One snowbank at a time.
Yeah. So
Amazing.
that was awesome, and I really just wanted to share that with you because to listeners, you too. It's worth knowing. There's kindness in this world. People can care about you.
I'll tell you, I'll do you one good turn for that and tell you my brief experience shoveling Pacific Northwest snow,
Okay. Other end of the
uh,
country.
which is almost pointless because it only lasts for 48 hours under the best of circumstances.
Yeah. Why would you bother then? Dang.
So it freezes, I don't know, and it's not like, you only got like 3 or 4 inches to take care of anyway, unless you're, at least around my parts. There are other parts of the Pacific Northwest where you get a lot more snow, but enough that we don't really have a good snow shovel.
Yep.
We had a small plastic one that was like just in the back of a car for like, what if I get stuck and I need to help like move some slush aside, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And Alita took the first swipe at our walkway, and the shovel part itself broke in half.
Oh no.
It just immediately. And she duct taped it back together.
That's your
My
move.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking like I'll just get a pizza box and swipe it to the side, and that'll do it. But she duct taped it back together. So at that point, like I gotta try it, right? I have to give it a go. It worked out okay.
Okay.
It the plastic handle did crumble in my hands at one point. I just squeezed a little too hard, and so instead of having that nice like two-handed grip, it was just like a stick with a duct taped shovel on the front of it.
Wow.
And I it felt like a child's toy that I used to shovel real snow with. And I started going just like one-handed with it. Didn't even take up the traditional like hunched over,
Yep.
let me get to my drudgery approach. It was just fling with one arm.
That's so silly. That's ridiculous. I Well, I'm glad it all melted in 2 days anyway.
And then it did. Yeah, and now it's gone. And it's I want to say we're all better off for it, certainly driving wise, because folks around here just don't know how to handle it.
Right. Yeah, so I guess snow drudgery on both our ends aside, how have you been, Connor?
Oh, I've been sick.
Oh,
Sick
you've
as a
been
dog.
sick. You've been sick, folks. That's a
Sick.
bummer.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
sick
which
nasty,
is,
like you got like you're now like a white rapper, or like just ill.
straight ill. Straight ill.
Straight ill like a white rapper, or
Like a white rapper, I think.
I've been listening to the Beastie Boys lately. I'm sorry.
Oh, nice. Oh. Yeah, I haven't been sick for so long in a while, and I think it's because I rested too hard.
I'm just too good. I'm just too good at taking care of myself. I got sick.
I think I took too good of care and it made me double sick. And I think like my immune system was like, "Oh, we've got nothing going on. We'll get to that tomorrow. Why don't you just hang out on the couch and play Balatro? You don't need to be physically well to do that."
Okay.
And then uh it it started like moving around a little more, just getting, sick and tired of being sick and tired, and it was awful, but like I started feeling better. So,
Well,
I'm gonna go ahead and put my vote out there for physical activity to heal the flus and colds of the world.
thank God this isn't a medical podcast because we'd be sued to hell and
Yep,
back.
yep.
Okay, the thing that I need to know, yeah, you're better, great, wonderful. Is Balatro as addictive as the internet makes it out to be?
It's pretty bad. I mean, it's got like all the inherently addictive qualities of cards that have been ensnaring people for years and years and years.
Yep.
Plus roguelike elements. So
Okay.
it's pretty bad. It's
Yep.
it's yeah, it's had me in its talons for
It
sure.
is. It is hard drugs compressed and digitized.
Yeah, but it's a good time. I recommend it. It's like a poker adjacent card game.
Something to do with jokers, I think.
Yeah, and so like the jokers have they change the way that your hands the hands of cards. You get 8 cards, you got to make a good poker hand out of it. Like your full houses, your flushes, your blah blah blah. And
Yeah.
you get money when you beat each level, and then you can buy jokers things with them. And the jokers are fun, and they change the way the game works. And it's really really good. It's really fun. Anybody who likes a roguelike where you get that excitement of like, ooh, a good combo of things. It can get really silly and very fun. Eventually, you start getting hands that don't exist in real life, like Flush House, where
What is a? Yeah.
so a full house
Yeah.
is three
Yeah.
of a kind and two of a kind, and
Yeah.
a flush is when you've got all 5 cards of the same suit.
Same suit.
So
But that's
Flush
impossible.
House, it is impossible. You need like 2 sevens of hearts to pull it off. But
Yeah. How many?
Balatro,
You
the
need to
magic
be
of
using at
Balatro.
least 3 decks.
Well, it's been done. I'm telling you.
Wow.
You get wild
Wow.
cards. You get cards that are like the smudgy Joker. Just like, man, diamonds and hearts are the same now. Clubs and spades are the same now.
That's cool. I like that.
It's
That's
very
fun.
fun.
Oh,
It's
man.
the gimmicks feel like they were made by somebody who really likes cards. It doesn't feel like someone just used that for fun. Seems like there was a lot of love and affection for cards in the mechanics of the game.
That must be satisfying for you as a lover of cards.
It has maybe too satisfying. Maybe kept me too comfortably locked to my couch and kept me ill. But that's how I've been. Some good, some bad.
Look out, Isaac. The Joker's coming for you.
Yeah, that explains the drop in the luxurious timbre of my voice. In case any of that cold is still hanging on in the recording.
You're getting raspier by the second, bud. Oh no.
And how are you, Evan? How have you been?
I've been bad, but other than that, I've been great because I've too been playing a roguelike, and it's called Dicey Dungeons. And did we record an episode where I talked about Dicey Dungeons yet? Or did I just tell
talk about
everyone
Dicey
in my
Dungeons.
life? Sweet.
Yep,
All
not on
right.
the podcast.
Get ready to, listeners. You're going to be like everybody else that I know. Dicey Dungeons is a very fun roguelike because it takes the fun of deck building roguelikes and adds in the RNG of dice.
So it's Balatro, except dice instead of cards.
Yes, and as a lover of cards, I apparently love dice too.
They're good.
So
Dice are also great.
It's a very fun conceit. So you're basically in a game show from hell hosted by Lady Luck, where she turns you into a giant die, and you need to go through the dungeon/game show. And if you win, you get your greatest wish. And if you don't win, well, you can always play again there, guy. The art is fantastic. It's just so pleasant. It's a little bit of the Cal Arts kind of style where you see like Steven Universe, that kind of like those really like soft shapes and whatnot. But it's got a sketchy palette, and the game is so fun to break open. Like the first achievement I got was like do 20 damage with the dagger, and I think like the dagger does like it does like 1 point of damage per turn. You're like, hell yeah, but it's reusable. So I just got a ton of dice, like a ton of ones. I got like 20 ones and I just used them all. So it's the same kind of like satisfaction of like, oh, this works well together. Oh, the randomness is in my favor. Yes. And the other fun thing is the soundtrack, This Matters for You, Connor, has the same MIDI that Griffin McElroy used in the Suffering game. So it's got a lot of those like game show from hell hits. So it's very fun overlap.
Oh, that sounds great. That does. Oh, well, once Balatro lets me go. And eventually they all do. Every one of these games lets me go. Maybe not forever, but sounds like Dicey Dungeons will be next on the menu for me.
Yeah, I picked it up for like $5 on sale. It was a great use of my money and time. I'm still in it. I'm getting my butt kicked right now, but it's fun.
Tight.
You know what else is fun, Connor?
No, Evan, what?
Oh my gosh, the conceit of this podcast, asking and answering weird questions to show how fun small talk is. Let's get into it, baby.
How about that?
Oh my goodness. And it's rolling. And it's still good. God. Man, you think we'd be professionals by now.
Why?
Because we're not at 10,000 hours yet, but we've got a lot of hours. Question number 50. What equipment from Zelda do you want to own?
Oh boy. Oh boy. I have just been playing quite a bit of Zelda. So that right before Balatro. Heartbreak of all heartbreaks. Really genuine to the Game Boy Color simulation. I played Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons, and then I played Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages, which I got halfway through before accidentally destroying my save file.
Oh no! Oh
Tragedy.
No, I love Ages.
Tragedy.
No!
Tragedy. It was awful. But I got far enough in it to know that there is a special weapon. I thought it was the hook shot, but it's not. I think it's called the swap shot.
Yeah, something like that.
It's got
the grippy talons like a crane game.
Mm-hmm. And you just hook into something and then you switch positions with it.
Yeah.
Which sounds like the best way to park my car forever. Sounds like I can take anybody's parking spot the rest of my friggin' life. And just their car will just be hanging out in the middle of the street, and they'll get in trouble, and I won't. And I get to park wherever I feel. I feel like there's got to be a million different ways that'll work in my favor.
Oh my God, you're a nightmare. The city of Portland sees skyrocketing fines and impoundments. Honestly, you're going to get to the point where you don't need to do that anymore because there's going to be no more cars on the road. They're all impounded at the tow shop.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And why is that baby blue car always at the scene of the crime? Weird.
That's so funny.
No, you won't be able to explain it.
Okay, so mild spoilers for you. Are you going with the basic or the upgraded version?
Oh, I didn't get to the upgrade. Tell me. I need to know.
It's twice as long. That's all it is.
Okay. All right. That's about as expected, but
Yeah.
tight, tight. I'm into it.
God, I love that. I love that you're just doing it for crime, but it's also not illegal crime. It's just crime.
Well, no crime is illegal until it's discovered, and I don't think that anybody can conceive of the swap shot right now. The technology does not exist. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
get a crime named after me. That would be nice.
Yeah, that's really good. Oh man, I'm just trying to think of other uses. It's like, oh no, you're in my favorite spot, honey. Not anymore.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. No.
since you're standing, can you just go get me a soda, please?
Oh, actually, you're standing, as a matter of fact, and I'm the one sitting down on the couch. We just swapped.
So
Just
good.
a quick pinch, and now you're where I was, and I'm where you was.
Oh man, you're about to get the last pack of Snickers at the store that I really wanted today. Whoop, no you're not. Now you're holding broccoli.
So what are you thinking? There's a
There
lot of equipment to choose from.
there's so many options. They're like in ages alone, it's like, hey, do you want a harp that controls time? No, but thanks for asking.
Just open a portal to 70 years ago
Yeah.
in some spots, if you know the right tune.
Yeah. But no. I don't know, because there is so much stuff in Zelda. And like I could be boring and be like, oh, the Master Sword. Like, what am I gonna do with that in my day to day? Like put it
Slight
on a
evil.
wall like the replica Master Sword that I'm sure I'm gonna buy for Leah someday. What do I want? I want, yeah, no, I honestly I gotta go with a fully stocked seed bag from Ages. uh,
Okay.
because
All right.
it's got so much good stuff in it. Going for it.
Okay. So let me see if I can remember this right. So there's
Yep.
fire.
Yes.
You can just drop the seed and now you have fire, which is nice.
Yes.
There
Always convenient.
is a tornado, which will send you
Yes.
to specific trees or kill people.
I didn't know they killed people.
Yeah.
I was mostly using that to get me to where I need to be faster. that was
Yeah.
that was one of my goals.
You put that in the slingshot and you can send other people to, you don't really need to worry about it, but they're
I
gone.
forgot that you get a slingshot in that game. Oh
Mhm.
man, I gotta
It might be
replay the Oracle games.
Seasons had it. Maybe Ages
Did it?
doesn't.
The other option I was thinking about was the Rod of Seasons, because fuck winter. I'm so sick of winter.
And and then you've also got Mystery Seed,
Yes. What do they
which
do?
does
Who knows?
it does like wake up owl statues.
It's useful when you use it.
Yeah, I feel
That's part of the fun for this seed bag that I'm going to have now, is just finding what the mystery seeds will do in my day-to-day life.
that's right. That's right. And I mean, you'll be able to get helpful hints out of owl statues. That
Yeah.
that much you know for sure.
I'm gonna buy an owl statue, just be like, what do I need to do with my life, buddy?
And it'll tell you. It'll be a
It'll
little
tell me.
cryptic, but like cryptic in a way that 8-year-olds are supposed to be able
Yeah.
to figure it out. So you'll be okay.
Come on, you're almost there. What's the last seed?
The scent seed, which
Oh, there's
attracts
two more. I forgot
monsters.
about the scent seed.
Yeah, the scent seed. I don't know, just in case you need to get some gross, awful person into a trap.
I light a lot of candles. I like smells. It fits. It fits.
Okay. Okay. All right. And I'm blanking on the last one.
It is the Pegasus seed.
Right. You go so fast.
I go fast. I get to move fast.
Sprint, sprint.
So
That'll
just
come in handy, Olympics wise.
I think in general there's a lot of time that Leah's like, come on, Evan, move faster. And I think that's the perfect time that I could use the seeds. Like, I'll fucking show you, dude. You want fast? Meet me, the Pegasi. So
Helps for jumping, if I remember right in the game. Mostly jumping.
yeah. And moving fast. Fast
Moving
moving,
fast.
jumping.
Fast move, fast move.
I think the moral of the story for this question is we just like the Oracle games.
They're fresh in my mind And my heart certainly called out to the swap shot. I was so pleasantly surprised because I was like, oh yeah, the hook shot, you go other place. But no, but
No.
no.
You go other place and something else goes other place.
Hmm. Although one thing I will add, the other advanced version of the claw shot, I think Twilight Princess might have been
Never
sometime
played.
in that era.
Sure.
So the first version of it that you get is a claw shot, which is basically a hook shot, except you get to hold on to whatever it is that you grab onto and like
Yep.
maybe drop down the wall a little later. The second version of it is a claw shot. So now you have two, which means you can just kind of Spider-Man your way around of like,
That's fucking dope.
and yeah, and not like you've got the upgraded and now it has two. It's just like and another one in a different dungeon.
That's awesome. That's so fun. Also, like how to make Spider-Man more metal. Use metal.
Metal. It's right there.
Got it in one.
Done.
All right. Got it in one. And what we're going into is question number 2. Bad segue. We're ignoring it by just talking about number 54. What shouldn't you be listening to at the gym that you still do?
I'm here to confess, Evan. I haven't spent a lot of time at the gym lately. Not spent a lot of time in the gym lately.
Okay, well, suspension of disbelief, man. Lie for our 2 listeners. What song do you listen to at the gym that you shouldn't, but you do?
Well, luckily, I do still have my athletic like exercise playlist, which I
Okay.
named "Hya,"
Is that
as in the sound you make when you're telling a horse to go faster.
okay? All right.
And
How many
I
fucking
create-
carrots disappear off your HUD screen, Connor, in real life, you Zelda motherfucker?
I only have one carrot; it goes away right away. That's why I don't go to the gym, and also because I don't go to the gym. Isn't that fun? Anyway, I made this playlist because I think I had
Snake
my
eating his
iPod on shuffle one day, and
Yep.
this song popped up, and it just like really pumped me up for the run I
Yeah.
was on. And it is
Please.
Magic Chicken by the Aquabats.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
It does it. It's just so upbeat, and it does talk a lot about eating chicken and how like ooh, and it's covered in gravy, and it doesn't make sense at all.
No.
But it's just so peppy. The Aquabats have an energy to them.
They're so good, but the trouble is the fucking Magic Chicken and the song about lobsters. Lobster, was it Lobster Bucket?
Lobster bucket.
So you have reawoken the fucking nightmare that was. I had a 24-hour bug one day, and the extent of it. I woke up at 3 a.m. puking my guts out to my parents from their bedroom, making fun of me.
What a memory.
Yeah.
Wow.
So-
You can't
yeah,
you
just-
can't
just-
get rid of that one? Doesn't medicine get rid of memories that bad?
just making fun of me, just being like, "This is why you shouldn't drink." I'm like, "I'm sick. It's 3 a.m., Dad." My mom doesn't remember, but she was egging on too. I'm like, "Okay, cool. I thought one of you had my back. Apparently, I have 2 Judases." So then I spent the rest of the day fading in and out of consciousness to throw up, have the runs, or have fucking Magic Chicken and the Lobster Bucket songs stuck in my head. There was no space for thoughts. There was no space for comfort. It was just the wombats, the Aquabats, and puking. I cannot listen to that record anymore. Yeah, so I can't listen to that record anymore, Connor. And so thanks for choosing that. Why would you make me suffer for your suffering?
Well,
just trying
Evan,
to
you
make you
might
healthy.
you might not you you might not know this, but I don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of all the bad memories you have, so it's a little tough for me to walk around those potholes. It's kind of a minefield, to be fair.
Okay,
Bring up
well-
specific music with you because every now and then it's just like, ooh, and then that thing happened in high school.
Hey,
Uh,
maybe if you cared
now-
about me a little bit more, you would start like a real friend who wants to be a co-host on a podcast. That's about
Yeah.
showing people how fun conversation can be, not just traumatizing.
Well, the good news is your trauma has helped me because now
Well,
I've realized
congratulations.
the reason that Magic Chicken is so perfect for exercise is because it doesn't care about the shape that your body is in. It overrides any physical sensation and leaves just Magic Chicken. No other thoughts.
I'm going with Simon and Garfunkel.
Oh, just their collected work or any specific songs?
um, I mean, The Sound of Silence is, of course, the one that immediately jumps to mind. But
Yeah.
yeah, there was just I was listening. I like folk music. I was listening to Simon and Garfunkel while I was at the Y one day, and I started noticing things about the songs that I wouldn't have otherwise. Uh, while I was working out. So
Interesting.
that's
So here's what I'm getting. Right, Magic Chicken is a ridiculous and confounding song, but it is energetic, which pumps you up. Uh, and so that's when the song as the exercise. But now I'm
yep.
hearing from you that the exercise is there to add to the song.
Yeah. I I mean there's something about doing bench press to save the life of my child.
Yeah, there's something about it. I don't know what it is.
Cried the grieving mother. Yeah,
And
there's just
what have you noticed? Is it just the sadness?
yeah, no, just the way they emphasize things. I can't remember what song the what which the song it was. Um but there's a point where they have like they do really interesting harmonies through most of their music, but I don't remember if it was a demo version or not, but one of them had them emphasizing life, death, and like usually their harmonies like extend and have a little bit of resonance, whereas with death they just said death and it cut and you're like, oh, this feels like dying. Just the way that they chose to emphasize certain things in the music was really cool.
Huh. I would never have thought about using the gym as a meditative space for music reflection.
I really like the gym. I really like music. I really like thinking about music at the gym.
Okay. Any other artists that you think might be next on the list for, boy, if I could just really get into the bottom of what kind of insight being tired could
The
convey.
Decemberists were another good one.
Okay. Okay.
Noticing the footsteps in Shanty for Arethusa for the first time at the gym. It's just I don't know because I guess like when I listen to music in other spaces, you know, you're focused on other tasks and stuff. Whereas when you're resting at the gym, it's just you and the tunes.
Just you and the tunes. Hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. Like that. I wouldn't, yeah, not very different approach. I wouldn't have thought about like what situation how could being at the gym help you appreciate the music more? That's really fun.
Yeah. So are there any other tunes you're gonna throw on to your new playlist?
I'll tell you, man. I probably put Magic Chicken on there like 5 times just because like I'd look forward to hearing it again. And like the other high energy songs, like throwing some Scissor Sisters on there, all that kind
Yeah,
of stuff, I'd be like, but not Magic Chicken. But it's not Magic Chicken though.
that's fair. I'm glad it came up because I did want to bring it up myself. To listeners, next time you're at the gym, if you're doing some lifting, there is nothing quite like squatting to Filthy Gorgeous by Scissor Sisters. There is something primal that it unlocks there, and you feel wonderful.
You feel filthy and you feel gorgeous.
Oh, you're so gorgeous. It's so good. It's so good. And they like fucking that whole album, it's got that kind of like pump up. There's like the fucking bass line of Tits on the Radio. Boom it, boot it, boot it, boot it, doot it, doot it. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna work out now. What the fuck? Let's go.
But there's no call to action to do the popcorn chicken or do the KFC. In Sister Sisters, you need to go back to the Aquabats and Magic Chicken for that.
What we need to go to is a new freaking question. I'm sick of hearing about this chicken. 76. Moving along. Oh, Connor, I'm finally glad that we're getting to dig into this one. What does your cult worship? I know you've had them for so long, building up this cult of yours. Are you finally going to tell me? What do they worship? What is it about your cult?
Evan, you know I can't tell you that. I'm gonna need to make something up instead.
Oh,
How many times do I have to tell you? You need to be initiated into the dark secrets if you want to know more about my cult.
I put in the application. You rejected it.
Well, wasn't enough blood. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so any good cult worships something unattainable
Marisa
and
from Street Fighter
unverifiable.
6.
Okay.
We are a cult that is finding a suitable spouse for her.
Okay. All right. Are you creating them, or like, does your cult aspire to be candidates for her?
We are a collective of like-minded individuals who want to empower one another through betterment of our physical and mental mindsets, that we may one day achieve being worthy of marrying the giant, beautiful pile of muscles that is Marisa.
A lot of listening to Simon and Garfunkel at the gym together. I'm guessing.
Yeah, a lot of sparring, a lot of weightlifting, a lot of just emotional embetterment through adversity. So if you don't know, Street Fighter 6 has a character named Marisa. She is this like 6'4", 280 pounds of muscle Italian. Like her style is I think it's pancreation. It was an old style of just fighting. And she's like,
yeah, the
got
classic
a gladiator,
wielding of the pancreas.
gladiator motif. No, it's with a K, bud. Just
gladiator I'm
lady.
sorry. My wordplay is irrelevant, everyone, because it's pancreation.
Have you
with a
seen
K.
Marisa? She is absolutely stunning.
I'm sorry. This is the kind of irreverence for Marisa that would get me excluded from your cult.
I am sharing my screen in this podcast because look at her. Look at this giant beautiful lady.
What about the yeah, that's a big pile of lady muscles. There's no doubt.
Costume 3 is her in her wedding gown. Her hair is the fucking like horsehair on top of a Spartan helmet.
You're carrying the kind of passion that makes me think that you could probably lead a cult around this person.
I do. It's what my cult worships. It's Marisa.
Okay. Now tell me, what about marriage within this cult? Is there just like always an asterisk of like, I'll be with you till death or Marisa? Whichever comes first. If Marisa calls me, then our marriage is off. But
I'm not sure. I think it's whatever Marisa is open for, because I know she is open for all genders, all anything. They just need to fit the warrior fire of her.
Okay. All right. I like this. So this is a very questing kind of a cult. Like you're all kind of trying to figure it out together.
We're not
You're
a
not
cult.
here to
We're a
preach.
collective of like-minded individuals seeking to
like-minded cult
embetter
members.
one another physically and mentally,
Right.
with the aspirations to be worthy of Marissa's hand in marriage.
Right. Okay. And it's something that you all work at together. You kind of
Yes.
have your own, like everyone figures out together and like their own ideas about what it takes to be worthy.
Yes. And we will all do our best to ensure that our positions are the ones that are selected, but if they're not, I mean, here's the thing, man. Consent is number one in my group. We're not gonna like, if Marissa's not down, that's not, we just can't.
Of course. I mean,
Respect.
you're worshiping Marissa, right? She's the one who gets to decide.
I wouldn't call it worship, just
No.
aspirational affection.
Yeah. Deeply intense aspirations. Yeah.
Devotion of a romantic kind, one may say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the derogatory term cults for my collective. Just want to get that out there.
Fair enough. Yeah,
But,
I hear you. I hear you loud and clear.
but as we know, you do run an actual cult. What is your actual cult worshiping? Is
I'm not
my
telling you.
curiosity.
I am not telling you.
But I told you about my collective.
I know, that's very nice.
My
and I
group of
appreciate
people.
that. I know. But I've got stricter rules around secret sharing than you do. Different strokes. But I've got this side project I've been thinking about running, where in order to pick something unattainable, I'm going to have my cult members worship the concept of innocence, which has two great benefits. One is that the more you know, the less innocent you are. And so the deeper into the cult you get, the more you need to push yourself to feel like you're in it, like you belong, like you're getting to that goodness of the concept of innocence. Right? Let's call it a spirit or an aura, or like an ephemeral shell of innocence that we all break out of, and we just need to like hold on to our what scraps of it we have left. And so, but the second thing about this that's nice is that we'll all admit, like, we've lost our innocence. Like, you can't get into the cult without something like that. And so that means they will all do unspeakable things on my behalf in order to protect innocence, which is something that I could probably interpret pretty liberally depending on the situation. Probably make anybody do anything to say, like, well, you got to do it to preserve someone else's innocence. Maybe you'll sacrifice some of your own, but isn't that really the best thing of all?
The thing that I'm really appreciating right here is how you and I are showing the differences between a collective group of people focused on the embetterment of one another mentally and physically versus a cult, because yours made not a lick of fucking sense. And yet I'm down.
Yeah.
It feels right. I don't understand what's going on, but I'm like, yeah, I'm both innocent and not. Yeah, I can and cannot hold these two concepts in my hands and brain simultaneously.
And it's an easy entry, like it's very, very approachable. Like, think of the children. Great. Perfect. Yeah. Lots of people are pro children in general. And like specifically, it's a little harder to pin down exactly what that means. But I start giving you some specific ideas about what that might be. And like, and this is kind of how we tend to talk about it. This is like our concept around these sorts of things, and like, innocence, blah, blah, blah. And eventually,
here's your ceremonial knife.
And, one thing leads to another,
I hate that your answer is vague enough to work.
I know. Like, pretty good.
It's just going to prove that we're still talking about it. Look at us having conversation, even though it doesn't make any sense. Whereas I have this beautiful statement about this beautiful person, and I'm just getting like, oh, hey, whatever. Yeah, okay. I thought you would see what's I'm seeing in the situation, but I guess we're birds of a different feather.
I admire your passion. For Marissa, but that doesn't float my boat.
If there is one thing that this podcast has shown, is boy howdy do I have passion. Boy, can Evan talk about some shit.
Evan loves the things he loves.
Very much so. And the thing that I love is all the questions on this podcast, and that we're at our last one, and we're going to find out what that one is. What is wrong with my die today? Like, we have just been in the 50s. We had one beautiful just detour to Italy to go see Marissa, and now we're back to 50s. 51 is our last one for the day. What is going on here, man? I don't understand it. Like, I know it's just random chance, but like it feels wrong, you know? You know how the vibes be bad? Last question of the day, Connor. Number 51. What's in your dragon hoard? Now that your cult has done the
Unspeakable.
Okay, all right. I was going to say loosely outlined guidelines that you have provided them. What have they amassed for you in your hoard?
I'm kind of tempted to do a way too clever answer of like, my dragon horde will be the hordes of other dragons. Ah, ha, 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 ha.
No. What's the shit that you want a lot of? What do you want a lot of, Connor? What do you just want to sit on? Marbles?
I just want to swim in it, like a Scrooge.
Hey, that's it. We have that question. It is a different question, literally a la Scrooge McDuck.
Oh, excuse me.
I think it's like question 7. It's one of the old ones.
And the dragons sleep on top of the horde. They don't go swimming in it. They're too dignified.
Yes. Scrooge McDuck is a capitalist. He has no dignity. He sold his soul for money a long time ago.
Lots and lots of something.
I really hate how I'm thinking of my answer too, but like I feel marbles is such a more appealing answer than I want it to be. Because just think about
I'm trying to do better than marbles. I think that might be my trouble right here.
I fucking set us up for failure.
Trying to do better than marbles, but I'm thinking like, man, it would be really nice. You just like scoop your hand down and like.
And they're all different kind. They got the smoothness of glass, and they all look different and pretty and unique, like a snowflake.
Clack when you like run your hand through them.
And they could be of all different sizes. Like you can have the big shooter marbles. You can have the little marbles that go clack. You're a dragon. You can have like a giant crystal ball and call it a marble.
Man, I'd kind of like to have marbles. Can I have marbles, please?
You can have, by all means, go with marbles. I didn't like these questions are designed so we don't fuel like organized thought into one direction, and I had to open my big old yap.
Marbles are really good. Yeah, and you could just spend so much time
marbles. I'm writing down marbles for Connor. Shit.
In the counting of marbles and the fun surprise of like, what will I pull up in this random handful? Does sound so appealing.
I love the idea that because like you're a dragon horde, like you have the power of a dragon, you are so mighty. Like a warrior will come to face you, and like a villain, like swirling wine in a glass, you're just rolling marbles around your palm to prove how just like. I do not care about you, young warrior. I am far greater and monstrous than you will ever understand. Because you can just feel them roll around your hands right now as you go like this, and you can like fushigi it and have them rub against each other.
Yeah.
Why is marbles such a good answer? This is infuriating.
Yeah, it will take a very large bowl for the master horde. Like, of course, you can take a selection out at a time for more of a goblet, but I'm thinking about like the classic cave presentation, and like once you get on it, the like marbles rolling off and then rolling, like you'll lose a lot of marbles if you don't have a nice bowl, big one, to put it all inside of.
Do ball bearings count as marbles? I don't think so, but
cat's eyes, beautiful marbles.
Man. All right. Do you have anything more to say about marbles before I go into mine? Because I feel like we can keep talking about marbles. Like I don't know how long we've been talking about this. Like I've entered a fugue state that is just glass balls.
Marbles speak for themselves, which means we shouldn't. Now it's time for you to give your answer.
Okay. I'm going to have the most flammable dragon horde ever. Candles. I'm going to have a ton of candles. Just so many awesome. Candles.
Oh, beautiful.
Just all like you're gonna walk into a Yankee Candle and be like, wow, this is like 1/1000th of what Evan has.
How half-assed.
Like, my gosh, because like I walk as in my human form. I walk into a candle store. I'm like, man, I want all of this, and then I see like the big, the cool like ovular ones with like 4 wicks in it and got like the glass, not the glass, the wood cap on top. And they're like, yeah, on sale for $60. I'm like, I don't have that kind of money. But as a dragon, I do. Because I've already got the candles.
That's right. That's right.
Just a little.
And so,
little
let me ask: pro or against woodwicks?
Oh, all four. I love wood wicks. I'm a big fan. Dude, I've got like my candle that I'm burning, not like literally right now, but that I'm in the process of burning is a wood wick. Like, yeah, it is pepper vetiver. And oh, what's that? Is that a secret hidden candle over here too with all of the clattery noises? Yes, it is pink peony because I am Candle Boy. I like the good smells. Give me all the good smells so I may sit atop and choose which fragrance will please me on this day.
For me, my candles, it doesn't matter so much the scent. My nose is just not that good. So it just doesn't do all that. Oh, he's got another candle. Oh, very nice. I just like the fire and the ambiance of it, And so that's been one of the big wins for me in the last that's another candle, folks. He's got another one. He's all right. It's like a magician pulling scarves. Except it's candles
Do I still have the one
onto
that
screen.
I just threw away in my trash? No, I took out the trash yesterday. Yeah, sorry. I am trying to pay attention to you, but I'm just so excited about the idea of candles right now.
Just to say, I've acquired the habit of actually burning the candles that I own. For a while, I had acquired candles and just hadn't been using them. But this past Halloween, I just so enjoyed putting the little tea lights into the little things that need candles to be properly displayed at like jack-o'-lanterns and stuff. And now I just decided I just want to burn more candles, and I've been doing it. It's been great.
Isn't it just a nice little ritual? You get to see a little bit of fire. You get a little bit of light. There's a beautiful little smell. You got a little thing that just goes ooh next to you. It's great. Unless you've got cats, and then you're grabbing their tail and blowing out the candle as fast as physically possible so they don't catch a light because they're so stupid.
It has to be done that way sometimes.
Yeah, but I love them. Yeah. I'd like a bunch of candles because I am relegated to the clearance section at Marshall's for cheap candles that you do the sifting to find the ones that smell really good. And as a dragon hoard, I'd have so many big ass good smelly candles.
The arrangement possibilities are huge.
And then you get the ambiance of it too, of just lit.
You can stroll through like a garden of scents.
And they don't even need to be scented candles too. I just got they can be for the appearance and nothing else. I've got options. I am a smart dragon setting myself up for success. I don't know what cess is, but I was apparently doing that too.
He says success in his candles.
What's your preferred candle style, aroma wise?
I like something nice and fruity. A bright apple or like a pear, something along those lines. That tends to do it for me pretty well. But I also will go for the baking spices, the gingerbread man and things, and right time of year, a nice balsam fir kind of a thing.
Okay. I like this. I like this. You can have all of my reject candles that I don't super care for. I'm the other end of the spectrum than you.
Okay.
Fruity's not bad and stuff, but it's not where I gravitate. I like clean. I love a fresh linen or something. Honestly, I like the stuff that smells like male aftershave. Or I like really earthy, the ones that smell like burning wood. The ones that smell like a campfire, where you just get that smoke smell.
Nice.
Those are those. And this is
Word
the
of
podcast.
Caution. Word of caution. Oh, before we get off the topic,
Dan, that was a perfect segue too, and you fucked me.
I did, because this is important. This is a safety lesson about candles, and it's not just don't leave them alone, because you shouldn't do that.
Yes.
But don't ever buy candles that have stuff in them. If you ever see I could see a leaf peeking through the glass of that, don't buy that, because the leaves burn on fire in a way that cannot be contained or predicted. And people who are just like making their own friggin' candles are just like, ah, that would be fun. I'll just leave a whole friggin' cinnamon stick in it. And that will make everything so much more dangerous all at once. Don't buy those. Don't make those either.
That's a really good bit of information. I did not know that. Thank you for enlightening me and our 2 listeners.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Sweet. But yeah, you're at the end of the podcast. You did not need to listen this far, but you did, and we appreciate it. Do you want to get your questions asked and answered? We sure want to interact with you. Shoot us an email at
lemonanswers@gmail.com.
lemonanswers@gmail.com. We will read and respond most likely because we're that kind of guys. If you want to see some of our stuff in action, or Connor's beautiful face, or all of my weird emotings, we've got social media. Our handle is...
The answer is a lemon.
The answer is a lemon. And if you want to help us out, help ensure that others have fun conversations and get some weird answers, leave us a positive review on your podcast source of choice. Either way, love you. Bye.
Bye.